Hello again. This is a review of a documentary called Fall and Winter, pardon me, which was about the state of the Earth, the state of the planet, and the way that basically corporate America, corporate world, the global corporate world has just pretty much raped the planet and destroyed it. Very depressing movie, and very, very, very glum, very negative, a real downer of a movie. Even though they tried to make it uplifting by showing all these kind of environmentalists, I think of them, they're kind of just wacko, that live in these communes and stuff like that. And I mean, I'm not against communes, I guess, but these people. Anyway, long and short of it is, actually the one thing about the movie that did kind of touch me, and that the only guy that I found really kind of interesting to listen to was the elder of this Hopi Indian tribe who was speaking at the United Nations, and I think this was in 2008, and he had gone there to the United Nations to speak about the state of the planet. And what was really telling about it was, how in the United Nations there's like this huge meeting room with like thousands of seats. Well, in this audience, I'd say like 80 to 90% of these seats were empty, and there were only like a handful of dignitaries or whoever who'd come to listen to him speak, which is pretty bloody disgusting. But you have to commend the people that did go there to hear him. But most of them just don't care, obviously, because they weren't there. And he was talking about how the environment had been compromised, and how the white man had basically just destroyed the planet, and how sooner or later the Earth is going to undergo this purification. There's no avoiding it, and sooner or later you're going to have to talk to us, the native elders, who predicted this like way ahead of time. And he was really very intelligent, kind, interesting man, and I enjoyed listening to him. And it was just pretty awful, seeing all those empty seats when he was speaking. And he was saying, like, all these people should be here. They should be here listening to this, but they're not. So anyway, in a nutshell, basically that's what the movie was. That was like the total viewpoint of this movie was like, big bad corporate America, global industry, everything has, destroyed the planet. And they were talking to all these like real bigwig, like PhD, environmentalists, ecologists, biologists, scientists, like these really lofty people with all these credentials about how the Earth has been like destroyed. And it was like a real downer. But then they were talking about, well, you can like grow your own food, and you can do this and you can do that, which to me, like, I'm sorry, like, I know what they're trying to say. I know they're trying to say there's another way to live, there's a better way to live, we have to change, we have to find a new way to live. Yes, that's true, but in reality, is it going to happen? I just really can't see it, I mean, just technology and everything has just overpowered the world. It's been like a train wreck, really. So-called progress and corporations and industry, and it's all about money. It's all about the almighty dollar. That's all anybody cares about, or anybody in power cares about. And those are the people who have the ability to do something, and they're not doing anything. There was also a segment about the BP oil spill in the Gulf in Louisiana, and the people there were that was also an interesting spot. The people there were talking about how their fishing industry has just been like totally destroyed, and how BP claims that they're cleaning up, and they're not doing anything. As a matter of fact, all they're doing is they're spraying the oil so that it sinks to the bottom of the ocean so that people can't see it, but it's still there, and it's poisoning the fish, it's poisoning the water, and it's in the ocean. This is all going to be dispersed eventually to us, to everybody. And that's one oil spill. Like, I read about oil spills every week or every month or something. So it was just really like a real downer of a movie. And also I found it really quite boring, actually, listening to all these really highbrow intellectuals like use all these like 10-syllable words. I couldn't understand half of what they were saying, or probably 3/4 of what they were saying. And I've just found it really boring and a downer and impractical. And yeah, obviously things have to change. Will they? I'm a cynical person, I guess. I really can't see things changing. The status quo is just fine for the people in power, and they're not going to change anything. And really, they're the ones with the ability. We can protest and we can march and we can do all that. I really don't have a lot of faith in that kind of action, because it may, like the Occupy Wall Street thing. They had a segment on the Occupy Wall Street thing. What happened there? It was like going on for 6 months, and then the cops came in and shut it down. So yeah, it had a little bit of momentum, and it was probably one of the longer lasting protests, and made people very aware and all that. But what did it really accomplish? So I hate to be cynical, but personally, I really can't see things changing. And one of these like scientists said that we have 70 years before the Earth is going to be a desert. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. Pretty scary, pretty frightening, but that's what this guy says. So anyway, yeah, fall, winter. Obviously a film that cares and is trying to make a difference and is trying to make people aware. I don't think too many people are going to see it, and even the people that do they have the power to change anything? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm sorry to say. So anyway, that's my review of Fall and Winter. I didn't really can't really say I enjoyed it very much. Okay, bye.